Hi there, Coach LaTonya, and today I'm going to do a short and sweet stretching session for you, okay? We're going to start with warming up the body with a little dynamic stretching. We've done this before. And the purpose of that dynamic stretching is just to ease the body gently into stretching without being so aggressive. I find it's been over 20 years that I have been working with clients personally and now online. But I find that during these colder seasons, the muscles can be tight. The lymphatic system is even more sluggish because it's so cold outside. And so I like to start a stretching session or recovery session with some gentle movement first, okay? So what we're gonna do is just get our body ready to move in a pattern. So I like to incorporate the balance in there as well as coordination. So we're coming over, just kind of tapping the knee over to the side and back. Now, even as we're doing this, we want to make sure that we're standing nice and tall, keeping the core engaged as we sweep over. And we'll do 4. Good. And 3. And 2. And time. We're going to bring it to the center and then over to the other side. We're stepping over, tap the knee, and you may notice, like, okay, I'm feeling this, I have to be able to balance, okay? So what do we do when we're balancing? You want to make sure that that big toe is in connection, in contact with that mat. We're going to do 3 more because that is the key to balance. 2 more, and 1 more, and time. Okay, so we're going to stick with that same thing. You're going to step back, toe heel, keeping that core on, so you don't want to round your back. You want those hips to be underneath the shoulder, okay? We're going to alternate and load the core. Okay, so as we're loading the core, you're keeping that core pulled in toward the spine, protecting your back as we settle into those heels. Stepping back, toe heel, stepping back, toe heel, 2 more, keep that core on. And 1 more, keep that core on. Very good. Excellent. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a little bit of bringing the knee up, right up the center for balance, okay? Bring the knee up for 1, 2, 3. This is a great way to also stretch that back a little bit. 4, 5, and 6. 4 more. 3 and 2, last one, and time. We're going to start back at the top here. Now we're going to go slightly below that knee, okay, about shin, and back to the center. To the shin, and stand. To the shin, and stand. Now, as you come back, you may notice, whoa, I got to balance, right? You're keeping that big toe in contact with the mat. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and time. Same thing, other side. Here we go. To the shin and back. You may feel a little bit of stretching in the inner thighs, as you should if that muscle is tight. And so this is why we're warming up this way. It's a very gentle way to warm up and stretch the muscles at the same time, okay? Let's do 3 more, and 2 more, and 1 more, and time. Beautiful. We're gonna go back with loading that core, stepping back, toe heel, load. Stepping back and load. Use those big toes to balance as you're stepping back through the heel, keeping that core on. Don't let your back curve. 4, 3, 2, and time. Beautiful job. Very good. All right, let's go ahead. Take those shoulders back a little bit. Give the neck and the traps a little love. 4, and 2 more, and 1 more, and time. Very good. Bring the head back up. Now, I want to go a little bit deeper here, okay? So we're going to start with, you want to bring the chin toward the belly button. So think about making that space smaller, okay? So I bring my chin here, make the space smaller. Bring that chin. So you may feel a slight rounding or flatness in the back. And what we're doing here is just opening up that low back, okay? This is such a great stretch, especially if your back tends to be tight. A lot of times that comes from a core that needs to be strengthened just a little bit more, or you've been lifting a lot, or sitting a lot, or standing a lot. Any of that can cause tightness in those muscles, and this is a great way to open it up, okay? So as we come up, we're going to go ahead and just kind of round those shoulders, open that chest, settle into that stretch again. So you're bringing that chin down toward the chest, and we rise from the feet, open up the chest, and again, chin toward the chest, and we rise and open the chest, and one more time, we come down, and very good. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and kind of open up by the hips here. So we're going to come up and over, point that thumb down toward the floor, and then the other side, point that thumb down toward the floor. Now you may not be able to get as far as me, but you want to do what you can do today, okay? This is your workout for you today. If you feel that you're tight, that's totally fine. This is why we're doing this. If you've had a long week or a long day, or you've been sitting a lot, right? This is great. It's a great way to move gently, get out of those postures, and you start to feel those muscles open up and lengthen again for you. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead. We're going to step back, toe heel, this forward heel, right? You see the foot? My heel is down, but my toe is up on that forward leg, and I'm going to come down toward that toe. What I'm doing here is I'm getting some length back in that low, in the back of the leg, as well as the back here. So I like to equate stretching like an onion. You're peeling back the layers so that you can get to the center. What is the center? You can get to the center of that tightness, or the root of that tightness that you may be experiencing in your body. And then we're going to go ahead from this foot and push up. Okay? Same thing on the other side, stepping back. Step back to heel, lift that toe, settle into the back of that leg. I'm sending that hip back, okay? Send that hip back, get into that stretch. Even take that chin down toward the floor and really enjoy that stretch, okay? Very, very good. And then we're going to come up again from that foot, the rear foot. Let's do that again. Step back, toe heel. We're going to kind of bend this knee here. Send those hips back as we extend here. And you're getting a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper. Stretching. Push up from this foot. The rear leg. Step back again one more time. Step back, toe heel. Bend and extend through that leg. Take that chin toward the chest. Just a little bit deeper. Very, very good. Okay? Now, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to shift over to the side. Okay? Over to the side. We're getting a little bit deeper in the legs. Side to side. Now, you want to make sure that your toes are going straight forward. So check your toes. If they are kicking out a little bit, then that might be an indicator that your hips are a little bit tight. And so I'm going to take you into another stretch to help undo some of that tightness, okay? And one more. Put some of the tightness in the hips and the glutes. We're going to start by making sure you're nice and solid chin. So I'm going to take the chin toward the belly button, tuck those toes, and I'm going to bring the chin back toward the spine. Okay? Bring it forward and back to the spine. So we're going to keep this nice and fluid as we're going forward and back. Forward and back. All right, I'm going to bring my hands out a little bit more, press those palms into the mat, bring those knees open a little bit more, and come down into that stretch, allowing your chest to melt toward the floor, toward that mat. And I want you to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Very, very good. All right? Come up, nice and strong in your hands. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slide my knee in between the palms. Okay? Now, this is a great way to stretch. What you want to do is you want to shift your body toward this side first, opening up the hip flexors. I'm sorry, opening up the obliques. And then you shift in, bring that elbow and open up the glutes. So I'm coming up and shift and down and stretch the glute. Up and shift, down and stretch the glute. Now we're going to go to the other side. We're going to go right into that same movement. We're going to build. So I'm going to take both of my hands here, place them on either side of the knee, press through those palms nice and strong, and we're doing the same thing, okay? So my back foot is in contact. I'm just going to shift now over to this side, shifting the obliques, or pushing that hip out. You'll feel that stretch, and then settle into the glutes, getting into that stretch, coming up and over, stretching, and then settle into the glute. Coming up and over and settle into the glute. Okay, now let's go ahead and we're going to have a seat. Okay, so we're just going to build on what we've been doing. We want to open up those inner thighs more. So what I like to do, if your inner thighs are tight, they're going to appear this way, okay? The closer your knees are to your ears, the tighter your adductors are. The further you are, or the more length you have, the further away you're able to go. So we want to have proper length. So like I stated before, if your hips were tight, it's going to pull your toe out a little bit. So this is going to help to mitigate some of that by giving you symmetry again. So what I like to do, if you're having that issue, take your hands behind you first and kind of allow gravity to just open up those inner thighs. And what I would like for you to do is open up your chest and kind of push yourself forward and breathe, okay? Allow those muscles to relax. When we breathe, it gives a signal that the muscles can relax, okay? So you want to just breathe here. Relax for 2. You may start to feel those muscles unwind or just release a little bit more. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and I want you to just lean forward. Lean forward. We're not shoving our bodies. We're not forcing our bodies. We're leaning forward. We're leaning into that stretch. We're taking this opportunity to lengthen the muscles. Okay? We're not forcing anything. So breathe into the stretch. Breathe into the stretch. Very good. There it is. There it is. And you start to feel that muscle just open up, okay? Let's go ahead and relax again. Sitting up nice and strong. You're taking that breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we're going to go ahead and you're just going to lean forward again. Remember, we're not shoving ourselves forward. We're leaning forward. stretch. Remember, it signals the body that you can relax. So we're getting a little bit deeper in that stretch, opening up those muscles, and just enjoy the length that is returning back to you. Enjoy that length, that relief, that stretch in that muscle again in your body, okay? And then we come back up. Very, very good. So I want to work with the glutes a little bit with you, okay? So we're going to extend the leg, and then I'm going to take my leg, my other knee, or take my knee up, okay? Hugging the knee. So I'm going to take my chin and slide that knee down toward that hip, and you will feel that in the glute. So we're going to breathe it out. Good. Go ahead and allow that foot to the knee to come down just a little bit. Again, take your hands and lean forward, and you get into that leg, into that piriformis a little bit, and we come up. Okay? Let's do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to cross. You're going to hug the knee. Take your chin, slide down so we can get into the glutes. Relax and stretch for 3 and 2 and time. And then we allow that figure 4 to happen. And we're just going to lean forward, getting into the back of the legs again. Beautiful job. We're going to hold it for 3 and 2 and time. Okay. So what I like to do here is take your hands, and you want to place the palms up on the thigh. Make sure your shoulders are down, and then we're going to roll left and roll right. Roll left and roll right. And one more. Roll left and roll right. Very good. Bring the head to neutral. You're going to take your hand and slide it behind you. Keep that shoulder down, and then the ear comes over to the side. You'll feel this right in the traps, okay? Right in the traps. Breathe into that stretch for 3 and 2 and time. You're going to bring your head back to neutral. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to slide that hand behind you. Make sure that shoulder is down. And take the head over to the other side. Again, we're getting length in the traps here. Very good. Awesome. And just hang out there for a moment. Enjoy the length that is returning back to your neck and your traps for 3 and 2 and time. And then bring the head back to neutral. Very, very good. All right, and we're going to finish up with taking your chin side to side. This is a great way to check your range of motion. If you feel like on one side you're a little less, a little more compromised, or you have a little less range of motion, you can go back through the neck stretch again, okay? You can pause the video and you can go back again and get a little bit more. Now, I love this. We want to do this one more thing. It's more of a deactivation than it is a stretch. So what we're going to do is your hands are palms up on the thigh, and I want you to take your shoulders up as high as you can take them, okay? And now keep them up, but bring them back as far as you can, and we're going to hold it for 4 and 3 and 2 and time. Extend those arms out, bring those shoulders down, and we're going to take it over to the side. You may feel a slight turn off in those shoulders, a slight drop in those shoulders. Good. And we'll take it over to the side for 4. It's a great way to lengthen. Good. And 2 more. And 1 more. And you start to feel those muscles open. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's go and do that one more time. Okay. So take those shoulders up as high as you can take them. Bring them back as far as you can take them for 4 and 3 and 2 and time. Bring those arms down, and you're going to come over to the side and over to the side. By now you may feel a slight difference. You've been able to turn off those muscles, and so now you're able to access more of that tightness and undo more of that tightness. Okay, so you may feel a slight drop in those shoulders, which then gives you the ability to get a little bit deeper. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If this was your first time, please go ahead, like, and subscribe to The Vibe if you enjoyed the workout. And for those of you who are already members here, I want to thank you so much for growing this community with me. It is a pleasure and an honor to work with you every week with the new and serve you with new workouts. All right, so I want to thank each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. I've just launched my Fit and Flourishing community. My Fit and Flourishing community is a place where you can plug in no matter where you are. It's online, but you can plug in. You have access to exclusive content. You have access to challenges. You have access to coaching that I do personally on those calls, where you also have an opportunity to ask questions and have them answered for you then in real time, no AI, right? And just being able to connect with like-minded individuals. So if you're looking for more structure, you're looking for structured programming, structured workouts, challenges to keep you motivated, coaching to keep you accountable, community to keep you accountable, then I would love to invite you to join my Fit and Flourishing community. All right? I hope to see you there. The link is in the description box, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Until next time, live beautiful.